wondered why the market always goes against you? Many times after you've bought a share, then share prices started to drop. Is it because that the market doesn't like you? How do we overcome this situation then? M Plus Wiz, which alerts on potential entry for trending stocks, might do the trick for you. Is that all for the Wiz feature? Not at all. To find out more, please visit us at mplusonline.com/wiz. Have you ever wondered why the market always goes against you? Many times after you've
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. All right, it's quite exciting Monday today. Okay, it's Elkie here with you guys today. Okay, it's our weekly market outlook section today right now, and at this during this section we'll be sharing with you guys some of the brief view and also what we think about the market for this week. Okay. Before I start, let me do a really fast, really quick sound check. Can you guys hear me? Hi, Joe. All right. Okay. All right. So, if you can hear me, then can you just respond and let me know about it? Okay. So that we can just continue with our content for this week. All right. Okay. Okay. So if we look at our index, although our index has been hammered down today, okay, as of 12:30 p.m., we can see that our index is down by 9.27 points, okay, at 1592. So at this point, we can see that we are facing a great resistance at 1600 levels, and today, following the selling in the overnight US equities on last Friday, we are seeing another rejection from 1600 round figure resistance again. Okay, as of 12:30, we can see the bearish sentiment are quite strong with more than 700 counters down, and only we have 200 plus counters up at this moment. Okay, and if we look through the top gainers that we have right over here, we can see that most of the counters over here, we can see they are most likely they are plantation counters. And one of the reason why plantation counters has been rallying high today is due to the Indonesia side has made an announcement which out of everyone expectation, where they are banning the export of palm oil to ease the domestic shortage of cooking oil, and that actually will boost the sentiment for our local crude palm oil player. Okay, so with the Indonesia as the largest palm exporter, they banning the export of palm oil, then that would actually benefit to us, our local players, whereby they will seek the products from us, and that actually boosts up most of the plantation counters today. Okay, but bear in mind we have to be really careful on some of the counters, some of the plantation counters. They have a significant footing in Indonesia side. Okay, so if you're not sure what are those company, then I will share with you guys right now. And if you know any of your friend that they might be interested to know, then just tag them right now under the comment. Okay, so that they can play back the video and also know which are those companies that have significant in Indonesia. Okay, so based on some of the articles previously shared by some research analysts, the the plantation companies that have significant footing in Indonesia, they are, okay. The first one is TSH. Okay, TSH 9059, which only up by 2 cents today, despite all the strong sentiment in the markets. Okay, we can see that the lowest today it only up by 1.82, but up by 1 cent. Okay, we can see after the morning strong sentiment, when the traders investor realize that they have quite a significant place footings in Indonesia, there comes the profit taking. Okay, then another one will be KLK. Okay, 2445. Okay, KLK up by more than 5% today, and as of currently, we are still seeing KLK is strongly supported at and trading near the high. Okay, another one will be Sime Plantations. Okay, Sime Plantations. Okay, some plantation is also quite supported strongly near the high. Okay, but when it comes near to the afternoon section, we are seeing some profit taking coming in, and that might prolong. Okay, like what we are seeing on the TSH. Okay, and another one will be Genting Plantations. Okay, Genting Plantations still trading near the high, but similarly, some of the it's not holding at the highest, but still hovering near the high. So we can see KLK and Genting Plantation still supported quite well. Okay, but we have to bear in mind that if there's any more articles and also reports telling that how their plantations in Indonesia are gonna affect their earnings, they're not gonna benefit from it, then we might see a weaker movement in these four counters compared to others. Okay, yeah. So if we look at the CPO price, okay, I believe many of you guys are curious. Okay, right now the plantation counters, they have moved up, they open gap up, they moved higher, and what should I expect on plantation counters? Okay, one thing that no doubt we know that most of them they will gonna have earnings announced in next month, end of next month. Okay, so for the earnings wise, it is likely for them um to be positive. Okay, taking benefiting from the higher pump price. Okay, and for the pump itself, the commodity price itself, if we look at the daily chart right over here, okay, we can see today is a major breakout happening right here, trading above 6530 levels. Okay, above 6500 resistance area, and today continue pressure higher, and there are space for it to go higher until the resistance of 7,000 ringgit. Okay, 7,000 ringgit per metric ton. Okay, so that's another 250 points upward movement, and if the CPO price continue pressure higher, we should see a following buying sentiment, buying interest in the plantation counters as well. Okay, yeah. So if we look into 15-minute charts, that what we are seeing right now is we can see the buying sentiment still very strong, and we don't see much selling pressure, profit taking, and the selling pressure back down. Okay, yeah. So technically, CPO is on a quite a bullish drive right now happening. Okay, yeah. So if you're trading on plantation counters, I would say that it's very active and it's very good for short-term traders to trade within it and able to be benefit from it. Okay, so if you want to buy on weakness all this, then you can look for some of those famous one, like maybe like we can see SOP is still hovering very well, and then we are seeing is slightly about 8 cents. It closed at 7.14, which is 8 cents lower from the high. And if we are seeing some pullback maybe near 7 ringgit and start to rebounding, and that is some place that you can might be interested to go in for short-term trading. Okay, yeah. So we can see that most of all these plantation counters, they have moved higher. Okay, and how about our local index? Okay, if we look at our local index, this is our FPM KLCI index chart. We can see that at this point, we one thing that we can see is 1600 levels remain the strong resistance that we have. This time is the fourth or fifth rejection from the 1600 levels. Okay, but okay, but for technical traders, we are seeing this is the resistance, and we are seeing a good triangle happening. Okay, good triangle happening, and then testing the resistance. Okay, so if we should see a breakout above 1600 levels, okay, we might want to write on the breakout. All right, if that happens. Okay, at this point, although we are seeing the global indexes, they are coming down, and our local benchmark index, it is also on some sell down after rejected at 1600 levels. But if we look at technical chart wise, is as long as still able to hover and hold above this trend line, then it still might stand a chance for a breakout and for the further upwards movement. Okay, so when do we know that is the chances of it to break out, or the outlook of this triangle has lapsed is do monitor closely at the support at 1580. Okay, we can see that 1580, these levels, okay, there are quite a number of rejection right over here. This is a strong support level that we want to look at. Okay, you can see we have multiple support happening at 1580 areas. Okay, so if we are seeing a strong breakdown below 1580 areas, then you really might want to consider to reduce some of your exposure and also of your higher risk counters, okay, or speculative holdings, okay, to avoid that get caught in this down move to potentially 1550 to 1540 to 1550, the next support at this area. Okay, yep. All right, so if we look into other counters that are happening right over here, so besides plantation sectors, what are the counters that we can look into? Okay, besides plantation, I would say that if you look at other sector like technology, okay, technology is definitely on selling trend happening right over here right now. Okay, we can see technology index, it kept down and pressure lower ahead of the FOMC meeting next week. Okay, so the Powell has put the 50 basis point increase of the interest rate on the table, and that is likely to happen, and that actually uh, reduce and also pull away the interest into all these risky assets. Okay, so as of right now, I would say that technology is a sector that we really want to avoid at this moment, and we might want to focus on some of the say, safer assets, safer stocks like consumer. Okay, consumer is one of it that is quite interesting at this moment. Okay, Bonia. Okay, Bonia is still holding well and break up higher today above the 2 ringgit 29 cents resistance area. Okay, and at this moment we are seeing Bonia continue pressure high, and the next resistance would come at somewhere around 2 ringgit 70 cents for Bonia. Okay, yeah, Bonia is one of it that has been trading higher. Okay, so Alex is asking about MFLA. Okay. As for MFLA wise, we can see MFLA is also forming a quite a good bottoming formation, especially if we look at the MACD. If we use the MACD, we can actually see there is a very obvious bullish divergence happening right over here. Okay, and with the breakout of the with the breakout of the resistance at this point over here. Okay, uh is around here at 66.5 cents. We are seeing MFLA stands a good chance of further breakout above 70 cents and go to the next resistance somewhere around 80 cents to 85 cents area. Okay, so for those who wish to trade really short term, you might want to wait for the breakout of 70 cents. Otherwise, if you are willing to take the risk and you want to buy and hold a little bit, okay, you can collect somewhere around 66 to 70 cents and then wait for the break of 70 cents for the momentum to kick in. Okay, and there is a gap right over here at 70 cents and 72 cents, and that the chances of it to cover the gap is quite likely. Okay, yeah, okay, for short-term traders. Yep. Okay, so besides that, we also are seeing one of the consumer products like Kawan. Okay, Kawan last Friday they have announced they are proposing to acquire another piece of land for their business expansion, and we are seeing a strong volume happening last Friday. Okay, so Kawan is one of the counters that they actually benefited from during the MCO time. Okay, they have been rallying from 87 cents and all the way up to 280 cents, and after recent pullback, the retracement audits, we are seeing that it is forming a higher low happening right over here. Okay, that comes after uh, a slightly bullish divergence on the a slightly bullish divergence on the uh, on the MACD. Okay, and it is breaking higher. Okay, over here. Okay, so with the breakout and the golden crossover above 200 MA areas, we would see a good chance for the Kawan to move higher to potentially above 2 ringgit areas from here. But do bear in mind that we are seeing a very slow selling down happening right over here, and then the upward movement, it might be overlapping rather than just keep on spiking up and go to 2 ringgit 10 cents in a short time. Okay, so this would be more towards a upward swing kind of movement happening on Kawan. Okay, and another one that we can um, look into, sorry, not keep power, yeah, okay, is Powerade. Okay, Powerade had a strong upward movement happening. Okay, and also with a strong volume. Okay, so one thing that we can see very similar to Kawan is it had quite a good sideway and bottoming happening right over here and the breakout. Okay, so we can see after a strong movement on last Friday and forming a tail opening tail right over here. Okay, we are expecting some degree of pullback. Okay, the pullback could come to the support of 1 ringgit 40 cents to 1 ringgit, somewhere around 1 ringgit 46 cents, somewhere around 1 ringgit 45 cents, 44, 45 cents area. Okay, so for those who wish to trade on Power Road, you might want to see if there is any buying support happening in this area and started to rebound, then you might want to join in for this counter. Okay, yeah, so 1 ringgit 53 cents, 50 above 1 ringgit 51 cents is in short-term resistance that we are looking at this moment, but in a bigger time frame, okay, for the bottoming upward resistance is somewhere around 1 ringgit 70 cents, which is a stronger resistance that you may want to look at for swing traders. Okay, so uh for at this moment with a weaker market sentiment, I would like really recommend that besides plantations, we really want to be conservative a little bit and then look into some of these consumer staples kind of counters that benefit will be benefited from the economic recovery, and especially we are seeing um, lesser cases, COVID cases reported day by day. So that actually will support to the view that our economy is recovering, and also more and more people willing to come out and then spend money and also enjoy or even might have revenge shopping happening. Okay, and as for those who are worried about the inflations or this thing, they might they will still have to buy on all these essential consumer products, and that would actually support the business and also some funds going into this of some of few of these counters. Okay, so if since we are talking about some of the defensive one, okay, Nelson is asking about Tenaga. Okay, how about Tenaga at this moment? Okay, we can see Tenaga at this moment is still trading lower, and it has been going on a downtrend since 15 ringgit on 2018, and then it reached a high of 14 ringgit in 2019, and then has been on a selling downwards. Okay, so if we look at Tenaga, okay, no doubt Tenaga is still on a very strong downtrend happening. Okay, it's very clearly that is below the 20 days moving average, and if we look at Tenaga wise, we can actually spot that there is also a bullish divergence happening right here on Tenaga. Okay, and this bullish divergence actually comes with a strong rebound happening right over here. All right. With this bullish divergence, how do we able to engage with these markets even we see a bullish divergence? Okay. One thing that we really want is we want the stock to have at least a higher low. Okay, after the bullish divergence. So meaning if we are seeing a continual breakout higher of Tenaga, then we might see it is a potential change in the trend. Okay, unfortunately, it didn't happen. Okay, it didn't happen, but it continued trend lower. Okay, over here. All right. So what we need is we really need for the Tenaga to stabilize and started to form a higher low before we able to go in. Okay. Otherwise, technically it was still going on the downtrend, but we are seeing a slower selling momentum. Okay, uh, even in a bigger time frame of the chart, we are seeing a slower of the buying momentum. But do bear in mind that the higher coal price might still play an impact on their profit margin. Okay, uh, in coming earnings as well. Okay, all right. So if we talk about some of these energy related counters, okay, we also can look at YTL Power. Okay, we are seeing YTL Power power is forming quite a good movement recently. Okay, quite a good movement recently, and we are seeing a uh, strong bullish reversal happening. Continuation with a low volume. Okay, the volume is not picking up yet, and at this moment, what we are seeing is it is a potential rebounding from the bottom at this point. Okay, so these are some of the counters in the utility sectors, and it might stand for a chance of breaking higher at this current environment where some of the funds they might want to go into some defensive sectors, and they are choosing some of these utility counters. Okay, so we are seeing strong trading interest occurring in YTL Power recently, and then the continuation might happen at the breakout of 70 to 79 cents area. Okay, with a potential upside to the resistance 1 ringgit 10 cents to 1 ringgit 25 cents area over here. Okay, a potential bottoming for YTL Power. Okay, happening right here. Okay, for short-term resistance wise, then we can see it's at 88 to 90 cents area happening over at this area. Okay, but of course, if you are looking for short-term trading wise, we know that plantation counters will still remain to be the mainstream. Like if we look at MHC is very nicely done as well for today on the technical charts. Okay, we can see there is a double bounce. Okay, double bounce from the moving average line, and then continue to um, break higher today. Okay, break higher or we get 38 to 39, 37 to 39 cents resistance. Okay, so for some of this counter that is breaking high, is the high in in the recent time frame. The previous high, it was in 2012, and it is at 1 ringgit 53 cents. You do not know whether it's a trade or not. Another way that we can use is we can use the Fibonacci. Okay, we can use Fibonacci. Okay, Fibonacci on the recent run. Okay, we can see Fibonacci on the recent run. It has rallied from the recent low to the high. Okay, it has pulled back to 38 and 38.2, 38.2%, and then it started to rebound. Okay, so for 1-to-1 target, it will be 100% from here, which is the Fibonacci resistance level that we can watch out is 1.65 cents for MHC. Okay, and of course we would definitely need the MHC share price to penetrate above 1.43 cents. Then we might see a further upward rally towards the Fibonacci target of 1.65 cents for 1-to-1 movement right over here. Okay, okay, Fikri and also Ancient Muhammad side, they are interested in furniture. Okay, furniture will last week we are seeing quite a number of furniture counters moving. Okay, benefiting from a weaker ringgit, and what we are seeing right here is our Bank Negara is likely to be slower than other countries, other central bank in raising our OPR rates. Okay, our overnight the interest rate. So we can expect that ringgit will continue to stay weak compared to other currencies. Okay, especially the USD that gonna continue to rate hike increase their rate aggressively next week. Okay, and following um, of their Fed's meeting. Okay, so some of these export counters like furniture is likely to be benefited from it because they are exporting to that country and they are receiving dollars in the payment. Okay, so they will benefiting from the currency exchange, the forex gain. I mean, okay. So if we look at Miyako wise, okay, Miyako at this moment we are seeing the volume is strong, okay, but due to the overall market sentiment right over here, we are seeing some degree. It stands a potential of some degree of pullback. But as long the price able to hold above this area right over here, okay, this support block at 60 50 59 to 65 cents, then we should see Miko to continue to stay on an upward trend. Okay. Uh, so another one will be like Evergreen. Okay, we can see Evergreen also points for a healthy pullback after recent rally. Okay, so we can see despite that the index is down by nearly 10 points today, some of these furniture counters, the selling wasn't that aggressive because many of them who are trading into furniture counters, they are trying to ride on this weakening of the ringgit. Okay, especially we can see furniture counters since 2015 they have been going on a quite a strong selling trend, and until recently we see the rebound that happening. Okay, uh, especially starting the end of 2020 where we are seeing the recovery play kicking in. Okay, and also with the the higher home sales price, and also home sales in the US side. Okay, yeah. So besides Evergreen, we also can see some of other furniture counters like Po Huat is also bottoming. Okay, and the resistance for Po Huat is it is trading on the range between 1 ringgit 32 cents to 1 ringgit 50 cents. Okay, so for Po Huat wise, we need the breakout for it to trade higher to the next resistance at 1 ringgit 70 cents. Okay, and some of you guys who are trading strongly, we can see on last Thursday Hevia also made a quite a strong move, and then today is the pullback. So we can see the buying support is quite strong for Hevia with it is forming a hammer. Okay, and also we can see that this is the bottoming area for the Hevia, and as long it is still holding above 51.5 cents area, then we shouldn't be worried too much about the furniture counters. Okay, um okay, Encik Noiman is asking about Mobilia. Okay, recently newly listed counters. Okay, last year, early of last year, which we can see it spiked all the way up and then had the sell down. Okay, I think the price it went until 30 70 cents plus, and then it was lower right now because due to the bonus issue. Okay, but what we are seeing right over here on Mobilia is we can see Mobilia still going on downtrend. It's below the 200 MA, is going on downtrend. The buy interest wasn't that strong, and for Mobilia wise, it has to trade above 24 23 and a half 24 cents before you're able to go into a stronger uptrend. Okay, so maybe some of you guys will have this idea that this question, this doubt, that hey, why some of these furniture counters they can move up so strongly, and why they like Mobilia they are still struggling near the low. Okay, then we have to do a little bit deeper and dig deeper into their business, whether are they exporting to outside Malaysia, to either they are exporting to other Asian country or Europe or US, or they are just selling locally, okay, in local Malaysia markets. So that actually will change the expectation of the markets, especially if we are seeing the local market, the property market remains soft, and then that might actually tell us that the demand from the local market might not as strong as the furniture maker that actually they exporting to the foreign countries. Okay, so these are some of the study and also research we need to do when we are trading our counters. Okay, yeah. So okay, And so we talk about furniture, we talk about some of the active sectors, we talk about furnitures, we talk about utilities, we talk about technologies, we talk about consumers, we talk about plantations, and last we look into banking. Okay, next week we're gonna have FOMC meeting. Is scheduled beginning of May. Okay, so if we look at some of the banking stocks, like look at Maybank, we can see recently Maybank has made quite a strong move and then trading above the short-term 20 days moving average. Okay, with the increasing volume. Okay, so Maybank had quite some buying interest happening. Okay, I believe even with Public Bank as well. Okay, we can see the patterns for the last 3 days, they are pretty much the same. Okay, CMB. Okay, CMB is holding well above 200 MA. 200 MA it rebounding and then supporting well. Okay, over here. All right. So as long like CMB it doesn't break below 5 ringgit levels, we should expect further upward rebound, especially if the price rebounded above 5 ringgit 22 cents. Then we should see short term move to 5 ringgit 40 cents or even 5 ringgit 70 cents area. Okay. Uh, RHB Bank, even today, RHB Bank, it continued pressure higher and pressure towards the resistance of 60 cents, 6 ringgit area for RHB Bank. Okay. They are trading higher. So, besides consumer products, banking is one of it that we might want to look into it. Okay, for short-term trading. Okay, ABMB. Okay, still hovering near the high. We do not see a really strong selling and move into a bearish divergence reversal kind of signal yet. Okay, MBSB wise. Okay, MBSB might have a little bit more trading catalyst. So besides CMB, you might want to also look into MBSB with, especially recently they have some acquisition cooperation going on, the MIDF buy talks on this. Okay, so that might trigger some of the trading interest in this counter as well. Okay, yeah. So I would say in conclusion, I would say that this plantation is very good for short-term trading, or even if you besides short-term trading, you can also look for some supports price to buy and then try to hold on to it in anticipation of a better quarterly results earnings reports in next month. Okay, and besides that, we would see that consumer products, utilities are more for a more defensive play, and traders can look into some of these counters, and banking will be ahead of the FOMC meeting. That might incur some of the interest, trading interest into the sector. Okay. Meanwhile, for furnitures wise, it's on a weaker ringgit, and also technology is a sector that might really want to still avoid at this moment. Okay, so next, before I end the session, I'm just gonna look through 3 to 5 counters. Okay, some of the counters that have been pointed out to share the view. Okay, all right. So for Henry is asking about CKD. Okay, we can see it is trading on range and downtrend. Okay, at this moment we can see the IPO listing low 51.5 cents is strong support for it. Okay, so 50 to 51 cents is a strong support for CKD, and at this moment we do not see uh it is likely to go on into a sideways movement. Okay, in this range 51.5 cents to maybe 68 to 70 cents area, with 61.5 cents is like a divider. Okay, yeah. So if you want to trade in the range for these counters, you believe their fundamental is good, you want to buy on weakness support, you might want to look into only if it trades near below 54 cents, near to 51 cents area. Okay, otherwise it might continue to go sideways, or even if it penetrate below 51.5 cents, it might test 50 cents and go lower. Okay, Okay, as of Maybach, okay, as of Maybach, we can see that reason some of the transportation counters, they are forming quite a good trading interest. Okay, for Maybach wise, we can see that it had a false break below the support of 49 50 49 to 50 cents, and then we seen quite a quick rebound from that. Okay, so for Maybach wise, it stands a good chance to trade higher from here. Okay, it is testing the resistance. Okay, if we are seeing trading higher above the 57.5 cents resistance, we might it stands a good chance to go to 65-cent resistance for Maybach. Okay, if we look into like Tasco, you can see it's very similar. Tasco also making some kind of rebound also. Okay, yeah. Okay, so logistic companies after their pullback and retracement last year, since they have already fully they have reflected their earnings. Okay, their how they benefited from the current situations. Okay, earlier in early of the late 2020 and 2020, early of last year, it has been going on on a sideways movement. Okay, digesting the rally that previously happened. Okay, so at this point we are seeing a little bit more stronger trading interest happening. Okay, on logistic. Okay, but still we believe that the resistance like for Tasco at 140 cents is likely to remain strong at this point until we see a strong catalyst happening. Okay. Joe Ang is asking about Mr. DIY. Okay. Mr. DIY as it is considered as consumer products under consumer product sector. Okay, we are seeing some degree of rebound. Okay. Um, at this point, we are seeing is trading on the ranging as well, with the in the range of 3.30 and 3.70. Okay, so if you can see if it retests the 3.30 area, and then again we it is supported and rebound, then you might want to consider to trade on a range bound mode. Okay, and of course if you want to do that, you can always use RSI to help you to spot when it is trading near the support, and then hitting into the oversold territory, and then buy on the rebound. Yeah. Okay. Inchino Iman is asking SIAB. Okay, which also um listed early of this year, and at this point we can see buying the rebound the rebound momentum happening right over here has actually weakened down. Okay, and at this point, in order for it to continue rebound higher, we shouldn't see the price break below 21.5 cents. In fact, we hope that it can hold above 22 to 23 cents, 3.5 cents, and have to make a rebound break of 27 cents to see a further buying interest. Okay, otherwise it might continue to uh, trade lower in a low volume kind of mode to 18 cents, or even break low or even lower. Okay, for SIAB. Okay, yeah. Okay, a few more will be Kobe. Okay, Kobe wise, we are seeing Kobe is on the retracement after the recent rally in the March. Okay, and it is testing the support. So it is at the support area right now, and what we are looking for is a small it's a stronger rebound happening right over here above above 4 ringgit levels, and then we might see a further rebound on Kobe, and it might even trade even higher for Kobe. Okay, Sarah Oil Pump SOP, we talked about it just now. Okay, uh, it's still good to look into and buy on the some of the weakness. Okay, for SOP. Okay, yeah. M Bank. Okay, so if you miss out what we talk about, the outlook of the plantations, you may play back after the section. Okay, it will be uploaded into our Facebook under videos, or you can view it from our YouTube channel as well. Okay, and plus online TV. All right, so if you haven't subscribed to it or you haven't followed our Facebook page or this, please do like and follow it. Okay, the last two will be Mbank and Genting from Mr. Tan, Mr. Hansen Tan. Okay, Mbank. Okay, Mbank is also one of the banking stocks. Okay, as what we mentioned about the banking stocks, we should see a continue buying spot on the banking stocks, and for Mbank wise, it is we should see a stronger support at 360 cents, 55 to 60 cents, and we should see it hold and continue to rebound to break out. At this moment, I'm seeing Mbank technical chart to be healthy. Okay, it is consolidating near the top after the recent rally, and it's telling us that the selling interest wasn't that strong. Okay, and last will be the Genting. Okay, uh, okay. As for Genting, we can see that previously we have draw a chart, support and resistance chart at right over here, whereby we are seeing Genting is going on more towards a range bound, and unfortunately it's still resistant and capped at 4 ringgit 70 cents area. Okay, and for Genting wise, we are seeing it is likely that for Genting to continue to pressure lower. Okay, with right over here the support resistance area at this point at 4 ringgit 50 cents is a key support. Okay, but like I said, recovery is in place. Okay, if we see a selling down below 4 ringgit 50 cents, we might really want to watch somewhere around 4 ringgit 35 cents and below and look for the buying support to come in. Okay, for Genting right over here, I would say the breakdown and sell down below 4 ringgit 50 cents is actually give good opportunities for some of the bargain hunters who actually previously missed this counter and wanted to go back in. Okay, yep. All right. Okay, so that will be all for what we shared today. To wrap up, okay, we are still very positive on the plantations counters due to and a positive outlook for its upcoming earnings, and also the upward space for the CPO price. Okay, but bear in mind we need to check which are the plantation companies that can benefit the most. Okay, and who will be affected by the export ban, the fully export ban implemented by the Indonesia. And if you missed that, you can play back of our video from the beginning. Okay, all right. And next we will be looking at the consumer products and also utilities for a defensive play, and also the furnitures and bankings for a short-term trading play, and also we want to avoid technologies for the meantime. Okay, so that will be all for our section today. And or yeah, just to let you guys know, we're gonna have Hari Raya next week. Okay, next week will be a long weekend. Okay, so if you're trading short terms, you might really want to reduce some of your positions or take some of your profits when it comes to Thursday, Friday, because we expecting some of the profit taking activities to come in. Okay, ahead to avoid the potential volatility at the overseas market, especially when our local market close for next Monday, Tuesday, and also Wednesday. Okay, and for you guys to know that we will not having a weekly webinar next week. Okay, because it's a Raya holiday, and our next weekly outlook section will be on the 9th of May, which is another Monday. Okay, so selamat Hari Raya to all the fellow audience right over here. Okay, and I wish you guys have a very enjoyable holiday, and also drive safe for those who are traveling. Okay, thank you very much, and wish you guys have a good week. All right, thank you. Bye bye.